I sensed something was off with Caroline. After 12 years together, 10 married, I felt a distance. We were a typical Scandinavian family, 2 kids, a 7-year-old boy and a 5-year-old girl. We owned a house near the county capital, and both worked full-time, Caroline at City Hall, me at a consulting firm. We'd met in an Excel class, married 2 years later. Our marriage had its share of ups and downs, but nothing major, or so I thought. The change started a month after our 10th anniversary. Caroline's interest in sex waned. Quick caresses replaced lovemaking. She also began spending more on clothes and became more critical of me. Caroline spent at least 2 nights a week out with friends, aerobics, night classes, bowling, badminton, innocent enough. A few times a year, she'd join them at a bar or restaurant for celebrations, but nothing excessive. I tracked her outings, looking for patterns, but found none. My coworker, Eric, noticed my distress. He suggested it was better to know the truth than to remain miserable. I admitted a private investigator could provide answers, but I couldn't afford one. Our small town had no listings, and surveillance would be too expensive. Still, I promised Eric I'd get to the bottom of it. After testing an email service Sunday morning, I sent Caroline this message at work Monday: "Dear Mrs. Ekman, I'm disappointed to have evidence of your infidelity. Your husband has my sympathy, and your lover my envy, for his pleasures with a gorgeous woman like you. I'm tempted to inform your husband, but I have a better offer. I want a lovely time with you during my next business trip, sponsored by you. Meet me alone at the Plaza Cafe today, 2:30 to 3 p.m., with €600 cash in an envelope. My friend will greet you saying, 'Aren't you Lara's sister?' You must reply, 'No, I'm his wife,' and hand over the envelope. Thank you for your kind cooperation. Your true friend." €600 wasn't serious blackmail, but enough for Caroline to discreetly withdraw. Eric and I arrived at the cafe early for our 3 p.m. coffee break. To my feigned surprise, Caroline was there, alone. My real surprise came when I saw Martin, her friend's husband, at another table. At home, I checked our bank account. €600 had been withdrawn and redeposited that day, proof enough. I picked up divorce forms from the courthouse at lunch. When Caroline got home, she was furious. "You acted like an idiot at the cafe," she yelled. "I'll explain everything if you just listen." I refused. "Read the divorce papers and sign them. We split assets 50-50, you won't get a better deal." She signed without reading, seething, "It'll be a relief to have a real man, not a lowlife like you." And so, my marriage ended. Later, a sobbing Cecilia called. Martin had confessed to an affair with Caroline and was now begging for forgiveness. I told her Caroline and I had already signed divorce papers. One thing was certain: if Caroline wanted Martin, she was in for disappointment. Strange events followed. The next day, Caroline said, "Lars, I'm sorry for my outburst. I didn't mean it. Please forgive me. You're my one true love." She wanted to solve things like adults, tear up the divorce papers, and promise to be a better wife. I told her the papers were filed. "I know about your affair with Martin," I said. "Cecilia told me he confessed." I explained that I suspected something but had no proof until Martin's confession. "I'm sorry, but he'll never understand how you could prefer that bastard over me. I can't forget how you've humiliated me. Cecilia would deal with Martin. If you love that spineless creep, you'll have to support him yourself." Caroline sobbed, "I made a terrible mistake. How could I be so stupid to fall for that worm?" 2 months after filing for divorce, Caroline asked if I could keep a financial secret. She'd won the lottery, $3 million. "Since we're still married, will you claim half?" "Congratulations," I said, "but I want nothing. Just set up funds for the kids' education and weddings." She asked if I was sure. When we were together, I replied, "All I needed was your love." I knew Martin would come crawling back when he heard about the money. I kept my promise and said nothing. The following Thursday and Friday, Caroline was out of town. That weekend, she confessed, "I ruined our family. You're the best man I've known. He'll never understand how I fell for Martin." She'd been deeply remorseful and hadn't slept. Money can't buy your forgiveness, but since no court cares what I did, they'll give you the remaining lottery money after the kids' funds. I can't undo my actions, but I did what I would have before Martin fooled me. Please don't feel you owe me anything. She gave me the bank receipts. My God, what have you done? I said. I can't accept this. She refused. The lawyers had ensured no takebacks. She hadn't tried to buy me back, only compensate me. I began to see her love was real. Caroline was intelligent, beautiful, the mother of my children. I suspected she still loved me. Could I find a better partner? Could I forgive her? I decided to try. We skipped the divorce. Our relationship healed. The kids made us promise never to split up. Oddly, I hardly cared about the details of Caroline's affair anymore. Though she'd given me her money, I never felt she'd bought me back. Her love was unconditional. The past was behind us. We focused on the future, treasuring what we had. Our bond grew stronger. Caroline was my beloved wife again.